Good morning, everyone, and welcome to On the Open, where we take a look at all the European markets here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. Let's jump in. Now, taking a look at Germany, the DAX right now is trading down to 6.5. There was a economic report. It's called the ZEW Economic Sentiment Report. Now, this is 350 economists and analysts that come out and they give their 6-month projection on potential growth in the German economy. It came out at the highest level that we've seen in a long time. Estimates were at around 14.5. The actual sentiment indicator came out at 19.5. So there's a great expectation over the next 6 months that German economic growth could be pretty substantial looking out during that time frame. What is notable, though, is that we're seeing that financials are still a little bit mixed, as well as some key exporters. We're also seeing that Lufthansa continues to move to the upside. That is the silver lining right now in the German markets. It's up about 4.5% early in the session, so we'll keep an eye on that, but that airline has been moving to the upside. Taking a look at the UK and the FTSE is now up 50 at 73.98.90. What's notable here, retailers and miners continue to lead. And as a matter of fact, there was some strong retail earnings that are really driving now that sector and that segment of the market. So the retailers were trading a little bit mixed yesterday and late last week. They're holding up very well with some solid earnings that are coming out and some key names. Also, Rio Tinto is up about 2.5% early in the trading session. And there also is some higher than what was expected inflation data that came out from England. So we're going to keep an eye on that. That is basically keeping the market a little bit on edge, but we'll see if that actually is giving a little bit of a catalyst to the miners right now. Looking at the CAC and France, obviously financials continue to trade mixed with the uncertainty what's going to go on with these French elections. We're going to have the vote on the 23rd is the scheduled date, I believe, for the presidential vote. There is a lot of volatility revolved around this. Over the next 10 to 15 days, you're going to see the French CAC pretty much all over the map, but it's been trading in a consolidated manner right now above its 20 and 50-day moving average. Again, what's notable here is that financials are continuing to trade mixed. One of the candidates, Marine Le Pen, she is basically move away from the euro currency. She wants out of the union. And so let's see if that sentiment and those tides continue to gain some momentum. She's had it so far, so we'll see it. Also, what was interesting was that overnight the G7 met. They met in Italy, and they were meeting about potential sanctions against Russia. Now, Germany and Italy were on the fence, if not against sanctions on Russia, after what has been occurring in Syria. We're going to watch this situation very closely. This could add a little volatility to the continent, especially with the tensions still growing in the Korean Peninsula, with, as we had heard Sunday and Monday, troop movements to the Korean border by the Chinese. We've had some maneuvering with some ships with Russia and the United States within that region after one of the ships that was docked in Singapore for the U.S. actually moved closer to the peninsula. So there's a lot of moving parts going on, and the geopolitical tensions continue in that part of the region. But what also is notable is take a look at the Euro currency ETF FXE. Currently, right now, it's trading at 102.68. It's coming off of its lowest levels. Currencies have been beat up since the dollar had some strength. We're seeing some dollar weakness early, U.S. dollar weakness early in the session, and we're seeing that there's a slight amount of euro strength right now to the upside, up 3 cents. Let's see if that actually continues with continued dollar weakness. We'll watch that throughout the session. That could actually maybe weigh in on stocks in Europe if their currencies, especially the euro, the pound, start to gain some momentum against the U.S. dollar. That might hurt the bulls a little bit in Europe, so we'll watch that very closely. All right, folks, that's it for On the Open here at MarketStream.live. Taking a look at Europe. We're going to be back at 9:30 Eastern Time. Take a look at all the action on the U.S. markets. See you then.